Market is showing you green candles, green numbers. Everything is moving positive. XRP precisely just moved 20% in last 24 hours. Now that's a good deal to watch. So if you see the total market cap, now we are closing in towards that 2 trillion cap. So we may get a little bit of resistance because that can be like a psychological level saying it's $2 trillion crypto market. But yeah, when we reach 8, 10, 20 trillion, this won't be remembered. But right now, that can be acting as a resistance, a little bit of resistance. But that's the total market, right? Some would be restricted, some would pump crazy. So as we are looking at XRP, we can understand that those who went in and bought looking at the double bottom, those who accumulated at the bottom are making green numbers. So when the market is moving higher, when the market is green, if these numbers are being reflected, the green numbers are being reflected in your portfolio, that means you are one among those wise guys who positioned their portfolio when we were in a dip. During the negative emotion days, if you prepared well, now you are making those chunks of profit. So in the market, you see a lot of different stuff happening, right? We have a lot of charts prepared for you here. Say right now, this is the scenario. Then you can, look at what happened in the past. What is the possibility that this is going to happen? You are literally looking at the trend. Now, as you understand trend in one particular asset, now you need to know what's going to happen in the general market, because the entire market is moving. So as the entire market moves, you need to know which asset is going to perform well, which is not going to perform well. You need to be positioned in the right area. So you definitely need to take a look at Bitcoin dominance, the altcoin market, how it's going. These are really important. And if you were following me from some time, now you know most of the stuff we've talked is coming true. Just the time to talked about it, it's a little bit more than what we anticipated, but that's not a big deal because here you are in for the ROI, right? You're in for the profit. So yesterday, before this pumped, we were actually talking about this. Say in our Patreon group, I was saying like, okay guys, I think this is the scenario right now. We may actually go parabolic. At that time, the price didn't actually move up. We were still below $1. And I was talking about return to euphoric parabolic move is going to come in. Looking at the volume, looking at the indicators, these are showing us a possibility. Now, in the market, XRP is not only the asset. In your portfolio, if you have a lot of other assets, then yeah, you can definitely see other opportunities in the market. Say this is one of them which we posted previously. Now change in the trend, double bottom, look at this, and then if you look at that right now, it's pumping higher. Now that's just one. Now you have a lot of them. See, this one is Raven coin, which I showed like this. There's a target like this. If you want to trade, these are the targets, and it's going to do well. And then this happens, you go up, you hit that target one. Now the market is rebounding. So if you are on the right coins, you get the right number of ROI. Otherwise, there are others which moves less, right? So even though the market moves high, if you understand that there is a possibility like this, say the MACD is crossing, RSI is showing you that it's going to go higher and it has a lot of room, then yeah, definitely you're going to see these kind of fluctuations there. So if you know the language of technical analysis, this is going to help you a lot, right? As we just talked, we are looking at a lot of different assets. They are pumping, they are giving the ROI which our members are taking it, right? So if you want to look at these, you can definitely look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. If you jump onto it, what you're going to see is something like this, where you'll get a lot of charts on a regular basis showing what's the trend here, what it looks like. If you have a target, how it is moving, is this asset on the target, where to buy, where to sell. This is really important for me as a trader or an investor in crypto market. If I have a lot of different assets in my portfolio, and if I can see new opportunities where I'm gonna put even 1 or 2% of my portfolio, and that pumps like 20%, that pumps like 20x, that's a huge difference. So if I can make that, why not? So that's a question to you, and it's completely up to you. Now let's actually jump back into the charts and discuss about what is right now important for XRP, certain levels which we have to look at. Then the details of how we should be looking at the market, and as we go forward, what are the key resistance and support levels to eye at. We talked about this previously. We talked about this. It happened. The market actually moved accordingly. So let's discuss through these and highlight what's the possibility for near future. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. We talked about this happening from some time. If you were one among them who understood that this is coming in, and wave 2 is going to start and you don't want to miss out, and you literally had time. We talked about this. It is starting. I don't know how many people watch this video, because considering how the watch history is increasing, say it was like just below 5,000 viewers here, and now it's like 6.3, which is not the highest which I've got. We've reached like 25,000 viewers, but what it gives you is that if you are coming up without hype and the reality, not everyone wants to listen to it, and that's great, because when the time comes to take profit, most of the people would still be looking for higher price targets, and you would be one among the wise who take out at the right time, keeping your greed down, because that's so important. If you experienced that in the last wave where you didn't take profit, and someone was saying, okay, take some profits, I literally said to a couple of members, based on their portfolio, you can take like 40%, because that's a huge ROI for you. Now take 40 out, take 45 out, and some of them took a little bit, say 4%. Some of them didn't even take anything, and they regret that decision. So right now in this wave, they're not going to do that, and that's why being in a group where you can consistently get the reality helps you to learn, become an investor, think like an investor, act like an investor. That's really important. So now let's actually look at these levels, which are really important, right? We had this area where we bounced. Now as you continue higher, right now this is the level we are at. We are like $1 to 1.05, where you need to actually break about. Now if you go back, look at the previous videos where we have discussed this, we have talked about this being a resistance. Now this range is where we are at now. So when we were here, people were still saying we are going to go to 0.2. Now I don't know how many of them are still putting orders for that price. At least I'm not. And even at that time I was saying nah, I'm not going to do that. But a big YouTubers with big following, they're going to give you stuff like these because they want to buy it lower, and they're going to try to push it lower. Now it's their opinion, who cares, right? We're going to look at what the charts show us, what the indicators suggest, what the support and resistance zone gives you. So if this is true, and as it has been acting as a support resistance for some time, you can anticipate that the next level is like 1.55 towards 1.63. So say 1.8 as an average is going to act as a little bit of resistance. That's not the profit taking area, but if you're a trader who entered at 0.5, then it's decent ROI for you. Now not the not like 30x 50x, it's 3x, which is considering traditional markets, that's actually great. But if you're eyeing as an investor, these are just levels of noise for you. You get there, you slow down, then you go higher. You get there, you slow down, and then you go higher. So when we are looking at the market, what you need to understand is you go higher, then at one level, if it is acting like this, you need to now understand chances are high that it's going to break higher. Why? Because the impulse is to this direction. A lot of people think this is going to break to the downside. Now, if you're a trader who didn't enter here, then it's better for you to actually wait. Because if you are waiting, you may actually get huge opportunities. But if you don't wait and this goes down for a correction, say it may reach this level of support and then bounce higher. That's not a bad deal. It's going back to the support range and bounce. So that's one of the stuff which you need to understand in traditional market, in general market. Now in crypto market, you are getting a little bit deviation is there, but you need to understand like it happens like something like this mostly. So this level of breakout is so huge because it gives you that rounded bottom signal showing you're going to continue higher. So now if you look at XRP, it's a little bit different. Right now, I'll actually, no, it's clearly visible in the chart, but for some, it's really hard to understand. So you were here when the price was at 0.5, which we discussed just now. That was a huge buy, and if you actually connect these to the top, you reach like $6 to $8 or $9. Now, what do you think? In between, this is going to be like this. It may not be a direct up, right? Whenever the market goes up, it will move like this. So if you're trying to catch these top and bottom, it's going to be really painful for you. But if you think like an investor and act like one, you're going to buy somewhere here and take profit somewhere here. That's a decent ROI. So let's actually go back to the charts and talk in the charts, right? So as we look at the charts, we just discussed about this pattern, right? So what are you looking at? Now, there will be a lot of guys who are looking at the price on a very short term, let be 1 hour. Previously, we have done that to just highlight that we are going to get a breakout. We're going to get volume. We're going to pump higher. Now look at what the market has been doing. We told that this is going to happen, and it literally happened in the market. So now, on an hourly chart, what you're seeing is we're going parabolic. We expected that, we anticipated that. It's not just saying that, we did post it yesterday itself before we started pumping. This is a possibility, and that's happening. Why we are trending higher? We were looking for a breakout. We are breaking out in RSI. Now that's an hourly chart. You step back, you go to a 4-hour chart to see what the scenario looks like, and this definitely shows you a positive attitude. How do you understand that? Just look at this. You get a double bottom where you break above here, you come back, you retest, and then bounce. Now, if you remember the pattern which I just discussed here, that's this one. You pump to the upside where your impulse direction is here. You're moving up, and then the correction comes in like a rounded bottom. So this is what we just discussed. So keeping that in mind, this is short term, right? You are seeing that, you're watching that, you come here, look at this as a resistance, you just go above it, then you come back down, retest it and bounce. Now even when you are retesting and bouncing, if you go into a hourly chart, you're going to see this again as a rounded bottom. So this is what crypto is following. Now that's why we did a repeated patterns in crypto and delivered to the Patreon group, so that you are able to understand what the market is going to do when you see these patterns. Now, yeah, that was additional lot of work, and that was different material for the members, but it gives you the advantage to understand what the market is showing, because when you step back, go into a 3-day chart and then understand the scenarios, you're like, okay, great. So you're getting another rounded bottom here where it's just the angle is actually changing and the momentum is shifting, right? You're getting that. So if something just happened in a shorter time frame and it's reaching its target, that means definitely in a macro scenario, you're also going to reach your target. Now, basic stuff you can do here is just take a price range and come to the chart. Take this as your measured move. That's like 123% after the break. And now you're taking that and plotting high as 123%. So you get 2.52 for this pattern, just this pattern. Now, if you are looking as a macro guy with a little bit more time in your hand, then you're looking for something from here after the break of 1.7. So that's like 230%. So you take it from 1.7 and you just plot it towards that measured move, 232%. Say then you look for 70% of it. So that's like near $6. So that's where you need to understand the pattern, the trend, the wave. Almost everything suggests something similar, and you can average that out. So those who bought in at this range, they are still going to make 10x, 15x at that level. Those who bought in here, they're going to make 25 to 50x. Those who bought in here, they are going to be massive winners in this impulse. And if they have more patience, they're going to reach a level where you're going to see these resistance pumping to the upside and breaking above that. What do I mean by that? Right now, the pattern looks like this. The price is moving in a way that it can come and get resisted here. But what if we are going to break above that at a level like this? That's crazy numbers, right? Once you break, what are you looking at? See, you just take a polyline and look at what you're eyeing at. See, the price would move like this. It get resisted, then break above, then retest that range before it continues higher. right? So if you extend this, what you are looking at is something like this. That's a possible scenario, and that's how the market actually works before it goes parabolic. Now, even now, when you are on a 4-hour or a daily chart, you are getting parabolic move to the upside, but this can still be acting as a resistance at the top, right? So that's why knowing the charts, knowing the language is really important. Say technical analysis gives you this idea. Last time we talked about this. We told you that chances are higher that the XRP BTC pair is going to bounce. Now just look at those area in the chart, price, the moving average, and the pattern. What do you actually see there? The price is going to get above the moving average, where the moving average is going to cross to the upside. That's not actually a bad deal. You're still continuing higher. You're getting volume. You're pumping higher. The support is being respected. Now, as you continue here on XRP USD on the same, this is what we just talked. We are breaking above the moving average, and we highlighted that if we are breaking above the moving average, that means chances are higher we are going to continue and get volume, because the FOMO is going to come in. Green candle chasers are still going to come into this market, and that's how you make profit, because you are not that candle chaser. You wait in for lower price, you buy at support, you stay put, and then other newcomers come and push the market up, you take the profits, right? That's how investing works. If you have patience and you're buying in at the right range and waiting for it to go up, you're going to make profits. So once you understand that the Bitcoin dominance is going down at a time when Bitcoin is increasing in price, this means a lot, because next level, which we talked previously about 50K, Bitcoin is going to go there, near that, and get resisted. If it's getting resisted, look at the dominance, what it's doing. If it's continuing to drop, that means the alt market is going to continue to go up. Now, remember, you're going to still see alt market moving higher. Now, if you don't use indicators and you're just looking at the price action, you may not actually get complete picture there, right? When you're using indicator, say here it's MACD, it shows you that the price and the indicator shows a divergence. You are trending down here, whereas at the same time in the indicator it's trending up. So that's a huge idea to understand. Okay, that just happened in the indicator, showing it's gonna go up. Now what you can do, you can just jump into a RSI and look what it's showing. It's showing you a triple bottom. You are going up, so that's bullish, and we talked about that even during that time. Now the problem with the market is not everyone will believe you until that happens, and once that happens, you miss the opportunity. So the level of risk involved to take these opportunities is really huge. Now look at these indicators. As you are going higher, they are getting bullish, and RSI is in the overbought territory. So whenever you look the price going bullish, price going parabolic at some range, you're already in this range of RSI. You can take a vertical line and just drop it somewhere here to see what the price was, and then where we were. So if you are keeping that here, we already reached the overbought territory. We stayed there for some time. So if you're looking at this 30th April all the way for next 10-15 days, we were still going up in price. So if that's going to happen for next 15 days, it's like the end of August, and you're going to see a lot more price action here. So take that and move into XRP and look like right now this is August, so you are moving towards the late August, early September, and that's resistance at 6.59. So say 6.5 is going to act as a resistance if we are going to reach such a level too short time, because too short time, so high price, there's going to be a lot of people taking profits. That means they're going to sell their units into the market for dollar or any stable coin. So the supply is going to increase, and if we have heavier demand than that, we may be able to break above and continue higher. But keep in mind, if people are really going to take profits, you should also be taking some profits. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. So if you consider like this, say A, B, C, D, E, and F, next time when you're going up, you're going to continue higher. So that's another pattern analysis, which we have presented to our Patreon previously, showing this is a possibility like this. You're continuing higher, where you actually get this 1, 2, 3, you come down. Then the next time when you're gonna come, you're gonna get supported here and then continue higher. Now that's same with a lot of different assets. We have actually used this analysis for other assets, and they also show similar upside. Just the ROI is different. They're going to move higher with similar pattern, right? Pattern analysis allow you to understand that and stay put, because during this time when you're going up, you're also getting bullish news. The current affairs are going to push in a lot more retail investors, showing the price is going high. You have all these positive news, blah blah blah. But if you are one of them who got in early, we suggest days to relax and see the picture where it's actually going up, right? So when it's actually going up, you definitely have to take some profit, not at this range. If you are patient enough, then you can take some at 2, some at 2.2, and as it continues higher, you can take a little bit out and stay liquid in this market until it pops through wave 2. So the top of wave 2, as we anticipated, somewhere in between $15, $20, $24. That's a big range, but say $15 to $20 is what we are really anticipating. And with XRP, we usually get extensions to the upside or to the downside, right? Look at the support here. We got extended even lower. Then we came back into the range. So similar stuff is what we are talking about. When we are reaching that level, we may even go touch 20, 24, 28, we don't know. But depending upon the market condition, if you still have units in your hand, you are able to take profits. So guys, if you are really receiving value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And if you really want to make profits in other assets too, do look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. You can see a lot of charts where you're going to see this is the possibility and this is happening in some assets. You hit target 1, you're looking for target 2, right? So this is, if this is what you want, you can definitely join the group. So guys, again, thank you for watching this video. I'll be back with another one soon. Bye.